Mattcanada, Pittsburgh.
Bang, 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 let's go!
What Mattcanada has done with the Pitt offense in one season is nothing short of amazing. A year ago, the Pitt offense was ranked 10th or below in most ACC offensive rankings. This season, under Mattcanada's direction, the 2016 Panthers are the highest scoring team in Pitt football history. Pitt's per-game scoring average has jumped from 28 points a game last season to just under 40 points this season. And Pitt's 12-game streak of scoring at least 28 points a game is the longest active streak among Power 5 programs. And no offense in the country has been better than Canada's Panther offense in the scoring zone. They lead the nation in red zone efficiency with an 82% touchdown rate. Canada's Pitt offense also became the first unit in school history to score at least 36 points in 7 straight games. Words like fun and creative are used to describe Canada's equal opportunity offense. Today, a new description for this offensive whiz. Mattcanada of Pittsburgh is a Broyles Award finalist.
Well, I'm very humbled to be here, and they do a good job making you look good on those videos, so I appreciate that. So, David, Jeff, to the Broyles family, thank you so much. It's awesome. I'm sitting there looking at it. I mean, this is an amazing event that we've heard so much about as assistant coaches, and to be able to come here and now with your foundation, we talked last night, nothing's more important than family. So what you guys are doing, I know this was a fun event being the first one, but also different with Coach not being here. So we appreciate the professionalism you guys had. So I need to thank my players first. As it said there, I've been at Pitt for 1 year, and in January, I didn't have a job there for a couple of days. So you go from that to where we are today. It's been a pretty up and down season, as I guess you could say. But those players bought into our system. They allowed us to come in and put in what we wanted to do. They had a great coach in Paul Christ. Then Jim Chaney was the coordinator before me. Then they bring in this slap like myself and say, we're going to change all these things, and we're going to run jet sweeps and a couple shovels here and there, and we're going to think we're going to score some points. So they bought in, and I'm very, very indebted to them. And to our staff, John Peterson, the offensive line coach, we had 9 sacks on the season, which is impressive. Did a great job. Andre Powell, our running back coach, had a big part to do with that. Kevin Sherman, our wide receiver coach. Tim Salem, our tight end coach. Those guys, again, had not worked with any of them before. Certainly a change happens, and they'd done a good job on offense. They'd scored and won 8 games, and hey, we're going to change it all now, and they didn't really have to buy into that, but they did. Our graduate assistants, Dan Gerberry and Dave Buchar, Wesley Bouchonner, and then Matt Tomshaw. Those guys are our young coaches who, again, are my fiance Erin is here tonight, but she calls them the dream team because they put up with me every day. So those guys do a great job. And then Coach Narduzzi, and we all talked here as coaches last night. The defensive coaches talked to me a little bit at the end of the night to kind of let me come over and talk to them. But no matter where you are, whether you're an offensive guy or a defensive guy, if your boss, or really in anything you do, if your boss allows you the freedom to do your job, you have a chance to be successful. And I've known Coach Narduzzi for a long time, and he's a defensive guy. And he allowed us he trusted our system. He trusted us to go do what we wanted to do. And to that, I'm forever indebted because we had a lot of fun. And I don't know for sure that we are that creative, but we did find a way to score some points. So on a personal note, my kids, Tori and Chris, have been great to me and supported me through this run. Again, I mentioned Erin, my fiance, is here, and she's been awesome through this process. And then my parents have supported me as a coach, and I don't have a fancy name, and I didn't have a big pedigree or wasn't any kind of a player. So for me to work through this, there were some challenges. And David talked about our breakfast this morning. And Coach talked about a story about living the dream. You're living the dream. Well, I'm doing the same thing, Coach. And to piggyback off what you said this morning about your first salary, and then Coach Herman's, my first salary was $5,000 as well. And I had a business school degree from Indiana University, which is somewhat acclaimed school. Had a master's degree from Indiana University. Interviewed with Ken LaRose at Butler. So my dad's a veterinarian, my mom's a pharmacist, and they allowed me to try to be a coach. We're going to support you, Matt. I went and interviewed. I got the job. Got the job, Dad. Great. I'm going to make $5,000, Dad. $5,000. And my dad, he's a doctor. He's smart. For the spring? No, Dad, for the whole year. But he didn't, my dad chased his passion to be a veterinarian, and he didn't say anything. He allowed me to do it. But I had to find a way to get it done. And Pete Eagles, who runs Anheuser-Busch, I haven't thought of him until a little bit ago thinking of this story, but he ran Anheuser-Busch, and I'm from Indianapolis area. the Indianapolis 500. It's a big deal in Indianapolis. Well, Anheuser-Busch hangs race banners, and everything that you do in life is competitive. I would never have known that hanging race banners would be competitive, but that was my job. I made some money on May the 1st. Race is always on Memorial Day, for those of you who don't know, Memorial Day weekend. I'm hanging race banners in bars, in really bad bars, on top of things. And I'm with two young coaches, Adam Burrell and Craig Hauser, over the 16th Street Bridge as the sun's coming up. And my children and Aaron would testify, I am petrified of heights. I can't change a light bulb petrified. It's embarrassing. And I'm holding this guy over the 16th Street Bridge because we decided this was the best spot to put up this banner to prove we're doing our job, we're going to win. And I'm looking out going, what am I doing? Well, what I was doing was finding a way to be a coach, finding a way to live this dream, finding a way to get to be around the greatest game there is. Because all those people involved in our game pack our parachutes to allow our players to play, and it takes so many people like this event tonight for us to be able to do what we do. So I'm extremely humbled and honored, and thank you so much for having me.